welcome to Wednesday night skill building. And my name is Debbie Barnett, so I know most of you know me, but if you haven't been here before and you're new watching tonight, thank you for joining and welcome. And I am pretty much a Mahjong nut. Yep, you can call me a Mahjong nut. I run events in the villages where I live locally and also online all throughout the year. And if you don't know about MahjCon, it is taking place in October. Our seating is very, very limited. I think I only have a few seats left for social play, and we do have a waiting list going for tournament play. So if you want to learn more about MahjCon, you could head over to the website and check it out. That's mahjcon.com. If you can't make it this year, I definitely love to meet you another year. It is so cool meeting people that I feel like are my friends online, but I never get to meet. And then I get to meet you and give you a hug. It's really great. All right. Now, without any further ado, I want to just let you know that we had to make a very important stop on our way home. And like I said, we're in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And guess who lived in Hot Springs, Arkansas? Does anybody want to take just a guess? If you do, you might get a little prize or something. I don't know. But anybody want to take a little teeny guess? Take a stab at it? I'm going to keep an eye out right before. I'm just like building up the suspense here. Yep. I hear our surprise guest chuckling in the background. But let's see. Oh, Carol, YouTube says, Carol, not your name is not Carol, YouTube, but you know what I meant. She says Bill Clinton. Okay. Oh my God, this is so much fun, isn't it? Carol's been through Hot Springs as well. It's so pretty here. I'm so glad. This was one of maybe 9 states that we haven't hit yet. So we got to do that this trip, which is great. Francine says Michelle. Nope, Michelle does not live in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Michelle is in Georgia. Nope. Good try though. All right, I guess I'm going to go ahead and no more surprise. I got to let our guests in. So would our surprise guests please come into the event here, and I will introduce Shelley said the famous Shelley Bunger. All righty. Look who's here. Julie and Philippe from I Love Maj.
Hello.
Yes, we are so thrilled to be visiting Julie and Philippe, and I'm so happy to be able to call them our good friends. And of course, can't be any happier that they created I Love Maj, because guess what I get to do on the show, right? I get to play at I Love Maj. It's so nice to see everybody. And we're going to put Julie and Philippe in the hot seat a little bit tonight. We're going to have some fun, right? Because after all, they're the experts, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, look at that look. Oh, boy.
I'm just a developer. I don't know anything about Mahjong.
Oh, see that? Okay. And, you know, we'll stop from playing about maybe 10 minutes early. So you might have some questions you want to ask of Julie and Philippe about the platform. So we'll have that opportunity to do that after the show tonight. How's that? All right, so without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started here, and I'm going to share my screen and head over to I Love Maj. Tonight is all about skill building. So if you are new, for those of you that are new watching on YouTube or joining us tonight on Zoom, I do the skill building events at ilovemaj.com. for a few reasons, probably more than a few, but I'm just going to cover a few. The platform is one of the most intuitive platforms that you can play on. It mimics real live play as much as you could make a computer platform play a real in live person game. And they have intelligence built into their bots, which is amazing. Don't ask me how they do it, but Philippe will be surely happy to help you with that question later on. But I think it's amazing how well they have put this platform together. You know, in addition to being able to play against bots or arrange a room to play with your friends, there is a lot of information here. My goodness, you could spend, a day perusing the site. There are tutorials, there are videos, how-to videos, FAQs. There's even shopping you could do here. Lots of fun things on this group. So take the time, if you are not familiar with I Love Maj, to come and visit and just get familiar with the site. If you like what you see tonight and you want to try a membership out, you can try it out. I would appreciate it if you do by using my affiliate code, which can be found under any one of my skill building video descriptions. And they are gracious enough to give an extra week to anybody who signs up under my affiliate. So you get 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks, which is really, really cool. Now, in addition to having all this great educational material about Mahjong, they have a lot of statistics too, which are absolutely unbelievable. They put so much work into that. But besides for playing against bots or your friends, they have this exercise room, which is the coolest thing in the world. This is where you want to hang out when you want to learn the card and improve your Charleston skills, get more familiar with guessing what hand somebody is playing by their exposures. And there's a few other fun things to do here. Come in, try it out. They have how-to videos on every single thing. And I tell you every week, if you have any questions, I'm just an email away to help you guys out. And you can email me, and I do like to put it in the chat here so you guys can see what it is, but you can email me at debbie@mahjcon.com. That's MahjCon.com. And I'm going to put that in here. Feel free to email me if you have any questions about how to use the site. I'm more than happy to even hop on a Zoom call. I've done that before. Hop on a Zoom, show you around, and help you out with it all. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this game Launchpad. If you sign in and out of I Love Maj, you'll have to go up here and hit play game Launchpad. But if you don't sign out, which I never do, it just pops right into the game Launchpad. So that's the most convenient way to do it. And here we are at the game Launchpad. Now, they do have Siamese Maj, and I am doing Siamese Sundays now. And that is at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're interested in learning how to play, or if you want to watch me struggle through these two hands, no, I don't. I'm just kidding. It's so much fun. Sunday night was our first Siamese Sunday night, and it was just a blast. I'm looking forward to doing more of it. So it's going to be every Sunday. Come join if you want to see how Siamese works. And we're now in 4-player mode here. So we want to make sure we got that clicked right. I'm going to be playing against bots. I'll briefly touch on the difference between just for fun and the official game. Official games are recorded. So if you want to have your stats recorded, you want to know how many wins, how many losses, what hands that you made in a particular category, it's all there. And that's for the official mode. If you're new, a beginner player, you're not comfortable with that yet, come and just play just for fun. And if you enable practice mode, that will give you hand suggestions based on the tiles that you have on your rack. And this is a good way to start so you could get more comfortable, but it's like anything else. You know, once you're riding a bike, you take off the training wheels, right? So once you're playing and navigating the card a bit better, unclick enable practice mode. And then you'll play without the hand suggestions. And when you get better, you go to playing an official game, which is what we're going to do tonight. All right, let's talk a little bit about the bots. We have the level 1, which is standard, like a beginner player. level 2, intermediate, and then the level 3, which is advanced. And I got to tell you, it really is very much like playing beginner, intermediate, and advanced players. I've been playing intermediate because I feel like maybe I'll have a little bit of a better chance at winning once in a while, which sometimes I think Julie and Philippe have something rigged on Wednesday nights. Maybe we'll talk about that later too. But I kid around about that. But there are tough competitors. So I've been using level 2 because I feel that it's a midway, and the advanced spots sometimes are a little bit too fierce for me, especially when we're playing on Wednesday nights. I want to have the game go on a little bit longer, and that it seems to happen a little bit more with the intermediate. Standard level, by the way, if you're new and coming in and playing, it's a nice place to start. You're definitely going to win more games playing at that level, and we all want to feel good about those wins. It helps boost your morale a bit. So try it out and then move up as you go along. All right, now I'm going to launch the game. And this will pop up every time you launch a game, an official game. And I'm going to say no, because if I don't say no, if I say yes, I'm going to get invited by somebody, and it's going to pop me out of what I'm doing here and into their table. And of course, we don't want to have that interruption here. So now we're at this beginning screen, which is where you can change the bot level. If you decide to change your mind right here, you could change that. Make sure you have the 2024 card checked. I know Philippe and Julie get emails about that. Why couldn't I Mah Jongg? Oh, did you check to make sure you have the 2024 card checked? Or maybe you have the I Love Maj card and not the National Mahjong League card. It happens more often than you think. So please be sure and check that. The timer, good thing to use. I don't use it on Wednesday nights just because I don't want to have to think about a timer and having to pause. I want to be able to take my time navigating things. But this is a way to judge how long it takes you to make a decision after a discard goes out on the table, just like you'd have to do in person. And for those of you who watch me on Wednesday nights, you know that I do believe that things change depending on whether you're in the beginning, middle, or end game. Split out 99 tiles after the deal into thirds, 33, 33, 33. So that's going to change as well during the game. But if you could get down to 4 seconds in making a decision about whether you want to call a tile, well, you're pretty much at expert level at that point. Keep in mind, we all need extra time. Even the best players out there, you'll hear them say, give me a minute. I got to think for a second or a few seconds, whatever, about what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to leave it off, which I think it's automatically off unless you put it on something. Over here on the right, fun things. If you want to change your tile colors and your theme, you do that. Not your tile colors, but your theme colors. And then we've got the Mahjong line tiles here. If you want to have a lot of fun playing with beautiful tiles, certainly you can come in here and try these out. Very different, takes getting used to, but I do encourage you to come in there and even play around with that. It's a lot of fun. All right, so now we're going to start the game. Julie and Philippe, are you ready? Oh, they're ready. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness. Phyllis, did you predict whether I'm going to get any jokers tonight, by the way? Well, if you did, put your prediction in text and I'll keep an eye out for it. By the way, guys, if I ever forget to minimize the Zoom screen and it's blocking the exposures or the bots tiles, feel free to remind me about that, because I can make it small and move it out of the way, but sometimes I do forget. So I apologize about that. We're going to sort by suit, which is the way I like to sort my tile. It just organizes everything neatly, kind of like organizing a file cabinet so that you can go in and grab things that you need and move them around or pull them out or whatever. And I do like to start with my multiples. So those of you that are here every week know that. And I often move my winds and dragons down to the right. Doesn't matter what you do with those. It's just my personal preference. And I have a multiple of 1 BAMs. And I have a multiple of 4 dots. So when I look at these tiles, I know the card. So right away, I'm going to be like, what can I do with a 1 and then a 4? Well, is there a run that we could complete for that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And because there are 2 suits here, we would be working with a 2-suit run. And one of the ones I can think about right now off the top of my head is the second one from the bottom on the right side, which is, I like to say, our famous Pung Pung Kong Kong. And that's what it'll be until next year's card when it changes to another configuration like Pung Kong Pung Kong or Kong Pung Kong Pung or whatever it changes to. But it's one of that configuration, having 2 pungs and 2 kongs, is one of the easiest hands to make on the card because you could use jokers everywhere. You don't have to worry about a single or a pair and getting that into your hand before you're ready to Maj. So they typically are easier than those hands. And they are shown in all of the categories. So if you're not aware of that, take time to look in each one of the categories and see how many hands actually have 2 pungs and 2 kongs. You'll be surprised. There's lots of them. Okay, so now in addition to the consecutive run, Julie, what else would I keep here? And what do you think? Sure.
Okay, so I would keep hold of the 5 BAM and the 6 crack for the 3rd line down executive run with the flower.
Okay, beautiful. And anything else?
I'd probably keep hold of the 1 just in case more like numbers come in.
Good, good. Anything else?
Maybe the 2 crack, but not necessarily. Depending on what you want to pass in your first pass, maybe the north, the 6 dot, and the 9 crack.
Okay. Philippe, do you concur? Is it
Looks good to me.
All right. Well, I agree. I think this is a great pass. All right. What did we get in here? We got in another 4 and a 4 crack. We got in a 3 BAM. Let's put these things in somewhat of an order right now to see if anything is changing right now. So now we have 1 BAM, 3 BAM. Could potentially do a 1-3-5 flowers, 1-3-5 with greens. If that happens, I see that there in the picture, and that would be the 3rd line down under 1-3-5-7-9. We didn't get any 2 BAMs or 3 dots at this point, so we're still potentially can do a mixed suit run, like Julie said, keeping the 3, 4. Where is it? Oh, maybe no, we didn't. The 2? Oh, 4, 5, 6, or 2, 3, 4. Right? So we can even do it both ways. So 3, 4, 5, right? So we have that. So now we've got it, we've got a lot of little things going on, even a little bit of like numbers, right? So we'll get rid of the 7 and the 9. I don't want to get rid of the 1-7-9. That's a beautiful pass. If my tiles were just really great right now and something was formed, I might do it because I would want to work on building my hand and not worry as much about what I give. We know that Joe could be playing that, but hey, Philippe, what are the statistics that Joe could be playing a 1-3-5-7-9 hand in dots right now?
12.7%.
See
No, I
how
don't know. I just made that up.
he made that up. Oh, gee. But it's not
But
huge,
Joe
right?
knows, so
Right. So, Julie, what do you think I should give up here?
Okay, so I would probably give up the I was going to say the four crack or the one dot, but the one dot is just too much of one hand, so it would probably be the
Hmm.
four crack for me.
Okay, so the 4 crack and 2, 3, 4. I think that makes a lot of sense. All right, we're going to do that. All righty.
Mm.
So what did we got? Another 4.
Mm.
Another 4. Okay. All right. So what we know we don't we did pass out the 7. Julie, mute your audio for a sec until okay, perfect. Didn't start with wins, haven't seen wins, so I'm not really feeling anything about wins right now. So I'm going to get rid of that. We have still a lot of good run stuff going on here. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen as far as whether we're going to get, but we've got that forming. We've got a lot of good things happening. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I talk in my head. I think we can go ahead with the 1. Let's see, 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, the 1 or the 6? The 1. We'll do the 1.
one.
All right, we're good on that. Excellent. Oh, now I get 2 wins. Okay, well, here we have now. Do I want to continue with the Charleston? Yes, absolutely. I want to continue. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the Charleston and stopping it, but my rule of thumb is unless I have one really good hand coming in, I'm not going to stop it. I'm not going to stop it because I'm torn between 2 hands. I'm going to choose the easier of those 2 and make a decision because I could get in potentially. I'm going to look at up to 12 more tiles, and I could get in tiles to fill in that hand. So I definitely don't want to stop it because I'm torn between 2 hands. I don't want to stop it because I'm confused about what I'm playing. You're just going to do yourself a disservice in Mahjong. And I do know there's groups I've heard that don't do the Charleston. That's really crazy to me. So I'm going to say continue. And I'm just I mean, somebody may end up collecting these wins. They may. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should hold this and maybe the 6 isn't going to be as needed. What do you think, Julie?
I mean, you've got a nice run kind of in the lower.
Exactly.
So you could, this is it. I personally would.
Okay, Julie's mic is off, so I'll say she said I could lose the 6 because my run is in the lower end, but she's okay with passing the east and north. I would feel a little less comfortable if it was a north and south or an east and west because we know there are some of the most popular hands this year played with the pungs of north and south or east and west with the consecutive numbers. That's another thing I wanted to ask about the statistics about that hand, like how many times that one's won. We need an update on that because that's a popular one. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And we got another 4 in, and it looks like numbers with 4s are popping out a little bit too. If I were, it's not going to be an easy hand to make. But if I were to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, I love that hand. And that is the 6th hand down on consecutive run. I'm missing a big part of that, which is the 2, for me to really feel comfortable. And I'm certainly going to need a lot more flowers. But I wouldn't mind keeping an eye on that. But like numbers is also starting to come in. I could get rid of this 8 crack, this 9 dot. It doesn't seem like anybody's really wanting it, huh? And I don't want to get rid of the 1 at this point, but I'm thinking the 6 has to go now. What do you think, Philippe?
Yeah, maybe the six. I mean, even the one bam, I don't know if it's gonna help us in the long run. So potentially break that up.
Yeah, I could possibly, but I also still like the idea that I could get a 1 through 5 could come in. I may pick up some dragons. I may be able to do the second hand there. Oh, I think I want to hold it. So I'm getting rid of it. Oh, I'm not keeping any of these guys. Nope. I'm just going to get these guys out of the way here. Did we get anything else in to help our cause here? Let's see. No, I'm not going to keep. Let's see. I don't think so. I think I'm going to get rid of them. So I'm just going to do it. Maybe I'll get in. I do sometimes get in a new pass, a new tile on the optional. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so, what are we going to keep track of? We'll keep track of a 1 through 5. That's the first line, certainly. No reason why we can't. If I end up picking some dragons, you never know. I may get some. And the second hand under consecutive run may come into play as well. We could also end up getting some greens, and the 5th hand down could work out. The 6th hand down could work out, and so could the 7th hand. Amazing how many possibilities we have with this game, and it's just so much fun. Now I am East, and I'll show you how you know. Just take a look underneath my name. It says it right there. I'm East. That's how you know. Usually if you come in and start playing against the bots, you're going to be East right away. So I'm going to go ahead and now I want to talk about prioritizing discards because I always think that's very important. And, every instructor has their own method and way of teaching. And I am very firm about getting fresh tiles out early. A fresh tile is basically a tile that you never passed in the Charleston, that you held on to because you thought maybe you needed it, or a tile that's not already on the table. You get those tiles out early. It makes it very difficult for your opponents to form hand. And I point out, I'm a little tongue-tied. I point out when that happens to me, when my tiles are going out early and I'm sitting there thinking, I really want that tile, but I can't call it. I don't have enough tiles yet. I haven't picked a hand yet. I don't have enough jokers, etc. So that's kind of the philosophy. I know that when I run into not students, but people that play that are newer players, and they do the opposite. They hold tiles from the very beginning of the game that they think other players need. So they kind of become like these tile collectors. And then what happens is your hand starts forming and you're left now with not, these fresh tiles, but now they turn into hot tiles because everybody's had a chance to get their hand more formed as the round goes, as the game goes on. So just keep that in mind. Now this 9 dot came in, went out a lot. So that's not something I would definitely get out immediately. But again, just do the best you can with this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out the 8 crack. I'd like that, but I can't call it. That's a good reason if you're not playing a flower hand to do that. But I never know how somebody doesn't know they're playing flowers so early. Well, they must have a really formed hand that doesn't need them. Oh, another one, bam. So, that doesn't work out with line 2 or line 7. Is that 3, 4, 5, line 6. But it certainly would work out with line 1 or the second from the bottom on the left side for our pung, pung, kong, kong. By the way, if I get 3 dots, that could all change up too. So Now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my 2 crack. And by the way, we're at 93 tiles, so we're in the begin game. And once we get to 66 tiles, we're going to move into the middle game. This begin game part is when you could move quickly. This is when you could speed it up. Unless you get a tile that, a discard that you are considering, that's the only time you may need to take a few more seconds to think. Otherwise, pick, discard. So we're going to just say ignore. Okay, so, I wish that was a 5 bam. I'm not going to keep the 5 dot. I could think about other things that could work here, but I'm not going to do it because I've got enough going on with what I've got here already. So just get rid of that. All right, too early to call. Yeah, this is too early to call. I only have 1 joker and I have not settled in on 1 hand yet. So just know that if you do call something, have it make sense where you're like, oh, I could call this too, or I only need 1 more tile to cover that grouping, so I can call it. You don't want to get locked into something unless what you're calling can be used in several of the hands. And that does happen at times. But right now, too early for me. So just going to say no. Another 9 dot. And now we have a 4 crack. So I have, for that, if I could get more flowers, that 7th hand down is really nice. Because right now I could call the 4 crack and the 4 dot. Well, now I don't have to make a decision because I still have a discard. Hopefully the next tile I get in will give me more clarity. All right, we have a Kong of soaps right now on the table. Don't want to miss a joker exchange. I have done that before. I even did it in person playing with my friends here. Oh, God, I hate doing that, but we all do it at times. All right, and I'll just go ahead now and discard what I get in that I don't need until it's something I need to make a decision about. Lucky you, Joe. Oh. Oh boy. Okay, what is Joe playing here with the 3s and the soaps? Okay, well, it looks like he is playing 1 of 2 hands, I believe. I'm going to ask Julie and Philippe to confirm that. It might be the 2nd under consecutive run or the 6th under 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 or 3, 6, 9, line 4. Julie reminded me. I tend to forget about that and I don't even play it that much. Is there anything else? Oh, Dana wanted to know which one? It's the 4. Yes, the 6th one is one of the 2 I said. Yes. Yep. Good. And Dana asked if Joe is actually playing or if he is a bot. Nope. I am playing against 3 bots. And by the way, if you're new here, these hands are play on words. They are just adorable. Not these hands. Oh my God, I'm so tongue-tied tonight. The names of the bots are just so cool. So try to figure it out. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to give it away, but they're pretty easy to figure out. But they're very cute. Okay, so here we go with a decision that I have to make. Okay, Julie is shaking in her boots and she's saying, call, call. I know Phyllis is probably saying, call, call. Philippe, call it.
I'm going to say call.
Okay.
I'm always more eager than I should be.
Yeah. Now, if I call it, let's just look to see what it looks like when it's set up that way, right? Okay. So for me, because I'm so conservative at times with calling, I might say, you know what, there's one more in the wall, but it could be at the end of the wall, which could be a problem. But, you know, in this case, I've got the heart. Whoops, this has to come out too. I've got the hardest part of that hand formed, and I just need a couple of more good picks to call the quint of flowers. Two more good picks, and it's early enough so I have a chance of picking another joker and another flower. I tend to say and agree with you guys this time. They're shocked. They're totally shocked. And I know you, my regulars here, probably are shocked too. I'm going to call it. It's early, earlier than I like to call and commit, but I'm going to do it. So always check the card. Make sure you're picking the right grouping. So when I call, I now have to select a pung, which is the 3 like tiles. I'm going to go ahead and do it.
You always change the like number.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. So we could change out, if worse comes to worse, to any like numbers, which only needs 4 flowers. Line 1, any like numbers. That's a good backup hand, Julie. Thank you. So that's what you want to do before you start discarding, is make sure that you don't have another backup hand. Always good to have those. All right, now I'm going to do the 5 BAM instead of a 1 BAM. And why would I do that? Well, I like to hold my pairs, at least I'll break them up by the end of the middle game, maybe even a little bit sooner than that. But I like to hold on to them for some joker bait. If somebody else were, well, actually, no, I have 3. So I changed my mind on that a bit. But if somebody else were playing ones in this case, probably are not playing ones, I do like to hold them. But I have a better reason right now why I would hold them. Since I have 3 of them, it means that they're safer. There is no guarantee in this game. You guys know that. Somebody could need 1 BMs and fill in with all jokers. I've seen that happen. But normally there would be considered a little bit safer. So I'm going to get rid of the 5 BM first. And there are none out there, so that's a great reason for me to get it out early. Okay. All right, so we know it is the 369 line 4 hand for Joe. Ugh, Joe, are you going to be hot tonight? I think you might be. All right, well, we're just going to ignore this. Okay, I guess I'll call it. And we're going to call it for a pung now. I'll just remind you, we're playing line number 6 under consecutive run. And I still can be playing the first hand under any like numbers, although, right now I'm going to need more 4s for that and more flowers. But I'm going to call this. And now I'll start breaking up my 1 BAMs. Ah, see? Nobody's using them. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we're going to hold that. And now my hope will be that whatever comes in, well, it's going to be a hard decision. Am I going to go with the safer hand, which would be the consecutive run line 1, or try to go for the harder one? We'll see. I'm not going to make the decision until it happens. But you could see now, I could do any like numbers, line 1 or line 6 of consecutive run. What a great position to be in, to have multiple choices. Oh. Now, if Wes, this is a good thing to ask about this platform, Wes discarded it. Doesn't Joe get first option?
Joe will get first option.
Okay, so as soon as I say ignore, if he needs it, he'll take it. For Mah Jongg, you think?
You may not.
Yeah, you may not be ready.
I know. I wonder. Here we go. I always hold my breath. No. He couldn't call it. Now, since he couldn't call that red, and there is one red out, if I pick a red and it's this early in the game, I certainly want to get it out right away, hoping that he's still in the same position not to be able to call it. And now let's predict something here. We didn't see any Norse going out on the table, and there were a few wins going around, right? There's a good chance somebody's going to call this one. There we go. Oops. There we go. Agata. Oh, Agata. You know, she was my best friend, but I kind of like disowned her a little bit. She's been too tough playing against me. She's cute though. Okay, there's a green. One green went out recently, but at this point, it's still early. We're just about ready to enter the middle game, and I want to win this game. I got a good chance, so I'm not going to do anything crazy. Just get the tiles out. There goes a flower that I can't call yet. Another one. That's how many out? 3? And I got 1, 4. And let's see, Agata is playing either line 1 or line 5 of Winds and Dragons and does not need any flowers. Well, that's right. And we don't know what Wes is doing yet. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this 2 out because I don't need it. Okay. Okay. What do I do? Do I chicken out and play the safer hand? Oh my goodness. I want to hear what my husband, Julie, and Philippe both say. And you don't have to unmute, but you could let me know and I'll report for you. Randy, my honey, what do you think I should do here? Bail and go for the any like numbers? Or, actually, it's going to be, I'm still going to need another 4. I still need another tile, either a joker or a 4 to call that 4 for any like number. So I'm really in the same position, don't you think? What, Randy? Exactly. Exactly. But right. So I need one good pick to call the flower. And if I go the other way, I need one good pick to call the 4. Philippe says any like numbers. Randy, what do you say? That's what I say. I go with Randy. I go with Randy. Okay, so in this case, we have to now, let's see. Agata, Karen said that Agata could be playing line 2 of Quince. Agata could be playing line. Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you, Karen, my smart Karen. You are absolutely correct. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. There you go. See that? So that's true. That could be another possibility. And since I've not seen a lot of jokers, that girl, she used to be my friend, could be holding a lot of jokers. Wow. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and dump the 4s. I'm going for the harder. I don't think it's harder. I think it's the same situation. So here we go. Maybe, you know what? Maybe somebody will call it and put it up with jokers. Wouldn't that be fun? Because that's what I was talking about as far as pairs go. What if somebody puts up, calls the 4 bam? What? I think so too. No call. Bummer. Oh, 6. It smells. Nope, it went out early, but it still went out pretty early. I need to get it out right now again, and then we'll get the 4 out. Okay, let's see if there, and no, there is a 7 crack out. Again, it was early on, so I'll get that one out first. Doesn't matter too much as long as they're already on the board. Just double up. Oh, that was a safe tile. See, now if I were West, or if I were Wes's instructor, I would have held on to it, but maybe he's so well set he has to throw it. We don't know. We don't know, but that could be considered a safe tile because I have 4. Ooh, ooh, let's see what happens. I'm anxious now to see. I told you. No, I'm not going to call her that B word. I promised her I would never say that to her again. Agatha, you sometimes just frustrate me a little bit too much. Good
It's a
job.
tricky one.
What? What?
She's-
Yeah, she is. She really is. But Agatha, congratulations. Really, that was a job well done. And she was playing the North and South. So that was the 5th hand down with the run in the middle, the 3 pairs. That's not an easy hand to make. Good job. And Joe was playing 3, 6, 9, line 4. We knew already, and he was very well set, and he was set to call Mah Jongg. Wow. And yeah, I'm going to look at that in a minute too. I want to see where those flowers are. And then Wes is playing Winds and Dragons, line 5. And that would be with the, the East and West with the same hand, but with East and West. Oh, that's cool. Let's see where my flowers are. Oh, look at how many jokers left.
Yeah.
4 jokers left in the wall and 3 flowers. I could have made the hand. So, I always say this every week. Look, we all like to win, right? It's fun to win. But when your hand comes in this nicely and you've gotten close to making mahjong, you just need to be really proud of what you did because it shows that you have a good handle on things. So don't worry about, only 1 in 4 people can win. You can't win all the time. But you definitely give it a good go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me just check messages to see if anybody else have anything to say. I see that some watchers on YouTube did make a few comments. I'm sorry I didn't get to those, but Carol did say toss the 4BM. So there is about a 2-minute delay on YouTube when their comments come in. So sometimes I do miss them, but Carol, we felt the same way there. Let's start again. All right, let's get these tiles sorted and see where do we start? Well, like I say, start with your multiples. That's a strength in your hand if you have more than 1 tile and just work off of that. I have a north and a south, so I might hold them this time to see if I get any more norths and souths. And if so, I'll look to see if I have any numbers in a row there, any consecutive numbers. And I do. I have a 4 and a 5. If I had a 6 in another suit, I might keep that as well. What else? Okay. Philippe, I'm putting you in the hot seat now. What should I add to the 4 or 5 north and south?
I mean, you potentially have 1, 3, 3, 5 like in dots and bam, but that's kind of weak as well. You don't have the 3 bam.
But we have
something to keep an eye on.
Oh, absolutely. I say all the time, you have to be almost like a visionary when you play this game. You have to see and imagine what could be, even if something's missing, right? So yeah, I agree. Keep the 1s. Okay. So are we going to dump the 2, 8, 2 BM, 8 crack, and 8 dot? So we can't keep everything.
Pass.
What, Philippe?
That'd be a pretty bad pass.
Well, yeah, I agree. It's all 2, 4, 6, 8 tiles, but I'm okay with passing it. I don't have any problem. I mean, Wes told me he doesn't like this 2, 4, 6, 8 category. I don't know. Julie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'd keep the three dot as well for the 3, 4, 5, 6 in, 3 and 4 in dots and then 5 and 6 in BAMs potentially. So it's kind of doing double duties.
Yeah,
And if you
so,
want to keep the ones, yeah, you've only got the choice of the 2s and the 8s,
and
and it's a
that's
pretty
another,
pass.
right, and that's another good hand. 3, 4, 5, 6 bam would be the pung pung kong kong. Yeah. So, we've got some really great options here. And once I pass this out, I'm going to get in more 2, 4, 6, 8. You watch and see how this game works. And then I'm going to be like, oh, I'm sending them out to everybody. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. We got another 4 dot. That's nice, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6 looks even stronger, but I also, the north and south 4, 5 got a little bit stronger with that. So I would say the 2, the 7, and one of the 1s. All right, everybody's in agreement with me here. Wow. Now I'm seeing that hand again. 2, 3, 4 singles, 5, 5. Oh my. I know I'm going to do this and this. I'd say one of the 1s as well with that. It's all 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. But again, am I going to worry? I have some general rules about the Charleston, and that is that I try to avoid passing flowers because they are just a wonderful gift to give anybody who is playing a flower hand, and they're all over the card, whether it's a pair or a Kong or a quint. They could be a gift. So I try to avoid that, and I try to avoid passing pairs. So this is not one of the things I try to avoid. It is a nice pass, but I want to build my hand. All right, now we have a mixed suit run going on here as well, right there. 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to continue. I am definitely going to continue. What do you think I should pass here? Maybe mix this up here. A west, a 2 dot, and a 3 bam. Anybody want to chime in here? Let's see if anybody said anything on Zoom. No.
If you were to get more north and south, you potentially have north, south, and 2, 3, 4 dot, but it's a bit far fetched.
Yeah. So you're saying get rid of a north or a south?
No, I'm saying like if you were to get more north and south, and you potentially have 2, 3, 4 in dots, but it's a bit far fetched at this stage. But you never know. So I would keep the 2 dot just in case.
Keep the 2 dot. Okay, for 2, 3. Okay, and I do see that Francine said. No, I'm sorry. Deborah said, "What hand were you playing?" Were you talking about the last game, Deborah? That I was playing. It was 2, 4, 5, 6th hand. Oh, yeah, 6th hand down under consecutive run based on the time that it came in. I think that's what you're asking me is what hand was I playing before? Consecutive run, line 7. 6. I keep doing that. I can't read. Francie said, don't I want to keep the 2 dot for 2, 3, 4, 5? For 2, 3, 4. That would be a consecutive run, same suit. I think that's what you said, Philippe, right? Keep it as an option?
Yeah, for either the 2, 3, 4 consecutive run, or even the one with the north and south. But north and south maybe less likely. You never know. If you get more north and south, it might happen. I would pass the last 3 that you.
Okay, we're going to do that. I mean, even the 1 in 3 is a nice pass, right? I mean, I think you could make a nice pass out of almost anything you pass, really. So, oh, look at how pretty that is, right? Where are my norths and souths? Is somebody else holding them? or are they in the wall? We don't know. But I mean, honestly, you know, whether it's 4, 5, 6, which is a mixed suit run, which is line 3 on the right side, or north and south with 4 dots and 5 BAMs, I think that's pretty nice. I only need, you know, 1 tile for each the north and south. That's why that hand is really so nice, because those are both pungs, and you've got the pung, pung, kong, kong thing going on there. So I mean, I'd say this has got to go. Got to go. Bye. Oh, I'm not, you know what? When this happens, I kind of say, at least I know what I need to pass. Don't have to think too much about it. Man, I am telling you. Oh, yeah. Now we've got the 3s, and we no more have the 2s. You would, huh? Okay. But we don't have 6s yet, which in actuality, this is a hand that has no gaps in it at all. I kind of think that I would tend to get rid of one of the 3s, because I still have the mixed suit run here. 4, 5, 6. I could do 2 and keep it, but I kind of want to maximize what I get in. I'm not feeling too much with the 3 dots. So yeah, that's true. Exactly. If I give up a 3 dot and I end up getting 6 BMs, which is going to happen because that's the way the game works. What Julie is saying is that that position of the 3, 4, 5, 6 mixed suit dots and BMs, the 3 is in a pung position. And that's something really good to pay attention to, because you can always recover it easily and call it if you needed to. So I'm going to do 3, see if I can get in something, please. No. Oh, well. So we're just going to pick and discard until I get something in here. Another flower early on. Wow. Okay, so I could just start discarding whatever I get and just watch the table. Like the 9, I know is, I just passed a 3 out. So actually, I'll hold it for a little bit just in case. But I'm going to keep the 9 because the 9 went out, and just start discarding the freshest tiles out there. We have a call already. Wow. Are you going to be at your stuff tonight again, Agatha? Gee. All righty. Oh, wow. Now I get a 5. Now I wish I had that 3. But I'll keep it because there's no reason I can't keep it, right? I certainly have that option. A 2's gone out, so I'll do the 9 first. All righty, a flower. You know, that north and south may not come into play. And I have sometimes mixed feelings about the north and south and getting rid of them early. I used to feel like you just had to get rid of them. You're not playing, get rid of them. But if somebody else is playing north and south and somebody else discards it, they may put it up with a joker and I could grab it. So it's a little risky, but I don't have to get rid of them immediately. We're early in the game. So I think I'll play with it and hold them anyway, because right now 4, 5, 6 is looking even stronger, and that's the 3rd hand down on the right side, consecutive run. Oh. Oh my God. Now I don't have to make a choice, do I? I do not, because I have tiles to discard. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to make a decision. And I know one time somebody said, well, what hand are you playing? And I'm like, I'm not committed to a hand yet, but you need to have one hand, pick one hand. I'm like, no, that's not how you play this game. You have to leave yourself open and flexible. You have better odds at winning if you do that. So hopefully we'll have something come in. I got to watch for that 4 bam. I don't want to accidentally miss it. Okay, 9 bam just went out. Let's see, 5 dot did not go out. I don't think at this point I need it. I really think north, south, or 4, 5, 6 is going to be my shot. One of those two, I think. Okay, again, I just look and, you know, I can do this quickly, even in person. I look around, see what's gone out. Anything that's not out, my brain says, get it out. Okay, what are the chances Agatha's playing east and west with a run of 4 or 5, or consecutive numbers, I should say, 4 5 or 3 4? Well, I got to get it out right now. Okay, I am so happy. I am so happy that my friends are here to witness this tonight. Okay, not only did she mahjong extremely early, but I gave it to her. Oh, yuck.
Check the leaderboard.
Right now? I know. I tell you, we were best friends for a long time. All right, so, you know, again, if you look at this hand, it had a lot of potential. At this stage, I could have called the south and the 4 dot. All I needed was one more good pick for the 5 bam or the north to call it for Winds and Dragons, line 3 on the left side, right? I also had 4 5 6, which was a little weaker because I would have needed one more for the 5 bam, but I would have needed 2 more good picks to be able to call the 6 crack. That was a little bit, but you never know when you're picking, right? Okay, so, you know, my tiles didn't come in great. And Agatha won with how many discards? I mean, how many tiles left? 73 tiles in the begin game. I'm telling you, I think it's rigged. Don't you guys think it's rigged?
It's rigged for sure.
They agree. They agree. All right. Well, anyway, Joe was playing the same hand he was playing before. 3s with the matching dragon. Oh, right. And he liked numbers. Oh, yes. Actually, it could have been the other one, but more likely any like numbers. There's more tiles towards that. You're right. Any like numbers for Joe, line 2. And it could have changed to line 4 of 3 6 9 potentially. And Wes was playing line 1 of 2 4 6 8. And yeah, he was struggling there. So, but good try, Wes. I know how you feel. All right, let's do this again. All right. Oh, I got 2 flowers to start. But guys, are you my witness? Am I getting a lot of jokers tonight? Okay, by the way, this is the Comedy Hour Mahjong Wednesdays. I'm going to rename it. No, just kidding. All right, so we're going to start with our pair of flowers and our pair of 3s. What else do we want to keep here, guys? Philippe, you want to start out?
There's a lot of odds, so I don't know. They're a bit spread out, but there could be something developing with that. So it kind of, keep them, and then there's potentially 7 like numbers. Again, it's early, but so get rid of the 3 that are left.
Yeah. So, so when you start to talk about what you keep, just because you start moving them over, you end up with your pass on the right. what I see sometimes players doing is instead of doing it this way, where it's like, oh, I see a lot of odds, let me keep them all. They keep everything right where it was, and then they pick, like, let's say this was here and this was here. They leave it like that, and they'll be like, I'm going to discard the past the 4, the 8, but it's so much easier if you collect the tiles and move them over the ones that you're keeping, and then you could see what you have left to go ahead and pass. So this is what I'm going to keep right now. If I don't know what I'm doing early on, I'm not going to pass this dragon. I hope everybody watching knows their dragon to suit relationships, because it's such an important part of the game. There's so many hands with dragons, so you don't want to ever have a situation where you're just getting rid of dragons because you're not comfortable with them. But let's see what happens here. Oh, we got another in the dots, right? So we're going to go ahead and put these up there for now, and then let's see what we might have going on here. So we have 1, 3, 5 with the matching dragon. Line 3 could be a potential, even 5, 7, 9, depending on what comes in. So we've got some good choices there. But what would be the third tile that I'm going to pass here? I would take the 7 bam, thinking of the pung kong, or pung kong, 5, 7 dot, 7, 9 crack. So if I have to make a decision in a situation like this, I'll take kind of what I call the odd guy out here, where I do have one other right here. It's not a lot there, but it's a part of it. I know I've got flowers. It would be great to use the flowers, but this will be what I pass. So we'll see what happens. I don't think I want any of those babies. So they're going bye-bye. That 8 came back again, and now I don't remember if I had I don't think I had the 5 earlier. So of course I'm going to continue. And then I know I have to look at text here, or a message. Oh, the 7 is back. So these 3 here. And a 9 came in. So either 1, 3, 5 or 5, 7, 9 with the dragons would be beautiful. I could utilize the flowers here. Let's see, anything with multiplication. Sometimes
1, 3, 5, 7, 9 with all dots.
Right, 1, 3. Yeah, I just moved that over. I was like, I'm not getting rid of that. Yeah, exactly. And that does happen. Oh my God. Phyllis, do you remember the night when I held the flowers and somebody called a flower and put up 2 jokers, and I got 2 joker exchanges? That was fun. Okay, so we got good stuff. We'll talk about it in a second. Here, look at that. Whoa, 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 whoa. So we'll do 2. I rarely end up with all one suit like this. Okay. All right. Before I do anything, let me just see. Oh, so Francie, this is a great question. Okay, because I've been asked this before. When I talked about discarding fresh tiles, or getting out the freshest tiles, Francie was saying, just wondering, wouldn't you discard the 9 bam right after the first one is discarded? Because if someone needs it and can't claim it, they can't claim the second one either. But yes, you're right. Absolutely. And when you get your fresh tiles out, you still have so much time early in the game to start doubling up stuff, which I do right away. It's just a matter of which is better to get out, or what your philosophy is. If you want to double up on something before getting out a tile that's not on the table yet, I mean, you certainly could do it. I'm sure a lot of people do it. I don't do it that way, because I know that I am going to use up my fresh tiles and have to start doubling up still in the begin game. So I think it's all going to work out probably the same, to be honest, but very good question. All right, here we go. Ignore Now, once a tile comes in, it'll give me some direction. Will I get another soap? Will I, if I put this here, at least the ones are a pung. I don't have to worry about the pair. The pair is covered with the threes. It seems like when I get to play this hand, the fives are always the weakest grouping and the one that you need the most of. Literally, it's just that way for me. I don't know if anybody else ever experienced it, but the sevens are covered and those are the pair, so I don't have to worry about those. Hopefully, I'll get something to tell me which way I need to go. All right, so, for me, I'm just going to get the tiles out that were left after the Charleston first. It doesn't matter. It's just the way I do it. Oh, nice. We'll stick that there for now. We don't know where it's going to go, but I'll just stick it there. I know it needs to go there. Let's put it that way. If we play 1 through 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, or there, but this would be more important here. I usually keep it here. I think I will. I'm fickle sometimes. Oh boy, she is at it again. All right, the one dot I will not call 100%. Would you please vote in on this, guys, and let me know what you think? Be honest with me. If I do the one dot and give up my only joker, I think I'm leaving my hand in a very weak position. Number one, I won't be able to keep open line number 3.
I agree.
Julie agrees.
I
Colleen?
agree.
Oh, we got to agree. See? We're not that far apart. Oh, God, I want to east. But watch. Joe and Wes are going to beat me to it. All right, now I could just start again. So see what I mean here? I've got 2 discards only. In the big picture, is it going to matter whether I do the 7 or 5? Probably not, unless I don't pick another tile in for a long time. And then that 5 becomes a more priority later. So, whatever. Don't shoot me. I'm just a Mahjong instructor here trying to make sense of what I'm doing against Agatha, who's really giving me a hard time. Oh. Oh. I know. You know how many times I've wished that multiplication hand had one of them in the same suit?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'll just hold on to it for a little bit. I don't have to rush it out. All right. So the 3, is a pair for the 1 through 9. It's a pung for the 1, 3, 5 with the dragons. But honestly, the 5, 7, 9 is much stronger than 1, 3, 5 when it comes to that line 3. So right now, I'm not going to call it. I would love to have it in my hand, but it doesn't make sense at this point. So say no. Give me a pick, please. Just still holding the flower for just a little bit. At least I know Agatha doesn't need it. I mean, oh, wait a minute. Agatha could use it. Agatha could be playing line 4. Agatha could be playing line 4 of Winds and Dragons. And I could throw her Mahjong tile. I'm in the begin game. I'm not even close to being out of the begin game. I'm not. Jeez. Yeah, I will. I'm just hoping I get one more tile. I'm just playing around with it a little bit. Oh, jeez. Nobody gives me a chance. I mean, my feeling is if I get this out early, which it still would be early, in my opinion, within the first 33 tiles, and Agatha Mahjong, she's just having a freaking good night. She just seems to have too many good nights. Oh, golly. Terrible. Okay, so I'll get the flower out now and see what's going to happen is somebody's going to put it up with a joker. Would you hold it for a little bit? Okay.
Get rid of it.
See, I told you. If somebody else discarded the flower and put it up, I would have had a chance at that Joker exchange. Oh, oh. Well, and now, do I want to take, if I take it, yeah, if I take it, then I have one more, then I could call everything, right? For 1357, no, I need one more good pick. One more good pick, but I'm going to grab it. So, this is something we should really just take a little bit of time to talk about. Flowers, of course, again, multiple people. I've seen 3 of the players playing Kongs of flowers in a game, and this has been happening a lot lately. I've got a nicely formed hand here, right here. And if I don't grab that flower, somebody else is going to grab it. Right. Oh, yeah, Agatha will. My husband said in the background there, Agatha will call it. So I don't want anybody else grabbing it. So I'm going to grab it. And that gives me one more tile closer to making the 1 through 9 first line on the left side, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So I'm going to do it. So let's see. Let's do this properly. Joe, may I have your joker, please? I didn't hear Joe answer. Oh, well, I heard it. All right. So now my preference would be to get one more good pick in, so I know whether, just to feel really safe and secure, but we'll see what happens. Now, I definitely want to look at these discards and talk about what would be priority. I am definitely going to get the soap out right now. I don't know if anybody is playing with them, but they're not out yet. So that says to me, get that out right now. And then I'll probably do the flower too, quickly. See, okay. Somebody waited for me to lead the way for that. And I'll just get rid of this one too. Oh, yeah. I may still get a flower. Okay, so now I've got the 2 8 cracks, and there are no 8 cracks on the table. This is where you could play a little bit with the joker bait, but we can't hold on to them too long. We've got to break them up. There is 1 8 crack out, so maybe it's not needed at all. And if it's not, then I like to call those my little buffer tiles. They could end up being very safe. And let's see if another one goes out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Let me see. 1 BMs are out. 3 cracks are not out. Wow. Oh, yes, there's 1 here. But we'll do that one now. Okay, come on. All right. Well, I guess nobody's needing those. Come on, give me one more good pick, please. It doesn't matter what, but I am, okay, so we're now into the middle wall, so I'll break those 8s up very soon. Maybe the next one. Because I know that nobody is, how many 1 BMs went out? 2 of them. So everything's pretty safe right now, but I'll go ahead and get another 8 crack out. And you know what I always say, there's nothing guaranteed in this game. You think something is, you kind of like say, oh, I predict it, but who's playing my tiles, by the way? I have a partner, don't I? Ooh, beautiful. Okay, so now I can call the 1 dot. I can call the 5 dot. Not happy about putting up 2 jokers with it, but I'll do it if it goes out. But who else is playing 5 dots? Somebody's playing 5 dots. She says, maybe. Oh, I don't remember seeing a 4. Bam. Sometimes when they come in, it's like, it just like lights up. Don't you see it? Nope. Okay, so we're at 38 tiles left. We're just about ready to enter the end game. I have a very good chance still of winning. I have a lot of picks left. If I hold the 4 dot and I get rid of the 1 bam and wait another round and get rid of the 8 crack and wait another round, then I am guaranteed, more guaranteed. Okay, not guaranteed. I'm more guaranteed to give somebody Mah Jongg, right? So I'd rather take a chance now. It's only a game. It's not a big deal if I give Agata Mah Jongg again. But the key is do I want to win? Yes, I do. And if I want to win, I throw the 4 dot. If I don't want to win, then I just play safe now and break my whole hand up. Okay, so here we go. Is somebody going to call it? Oh my God. Okay, 7 dot I don't need because it's a pair in that position. Line 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is a pair. Ignore. Oh, okay. How quickly is somebody going to take my jokers? I know. That's amazing, isn't it? All right, we're calling it, and I'm looking at the card to be sure I'm calling the right grouping, which is a Kong. And now I really do have, because I've gotten out all those fresh tiles and then duplicated, I'm sitting now with more tiles that are safer than not. And that's what you really want to accomplish as you start going through the game. All right. Oh, 6s with flowers. 2, 4, 6, 8 multiplication hand could be. Any like numbers line 1 with 6s. Sometimes it's fun to like look, and I don't like to take too much time doing that because there are 3 6 bams out. And how many 6 cracks? So I kind of like to say, ooh, more likely he's playing one over the other. But it's, again, there's no guarantee. So. Wes, darling Wes, we're buddies, aren't we? May I have your joker, please? He says yes. Okay. And this is going to go either here or here. Doesn't matter, so I'll just stick it here. And now I'm set to either call the 1 dot or the 9 dot for Mah Jongg, or do a joker exchange, or pick my own tile in. So lots of ways I can Mah Jongg. The more, the better. Oh, let's see. Are you going to call this Joe? Nope. Oh, look at that. The 7, which is in the pair position. I don't need it. Bummer. So now we're at the end game, 25 tiles left. I'm going to be paying more attention. There's a 5 crack that went out early, and I don't see another one. Am I missing it, guys? Well, that means it is definitely a hotter tile. But you take 4 into 25. I have 6 picks left, right? Yeah. Approximately 6 picks left. And actually, yeah, I think 6, or would I get the 7th one too? Anyway, the simple math really gets me. So I have good chances of winning. Would you break your hand up, Julie and Philippe, at this point? No.
You're too close. So.
Too close. So again, if I give Mah Jongg, nice. No. Oh my God.
That's a tough one.
Randy says go for it. I have to. How could I not go for it, right? And not only that, I'm not playing in person. If I were playing in person, my friends would make me pay for the table if I gave it to 3 exposures, but I got to do it. And you know what? Agatha is hot tonight. She really is. She seems to be running that way a lot lately. I'm going to let her have it. It was a call and not Mahjong. Yay! Oh. Oh, she might want that. How many? Quite a few? Okay, good. Joe got it. And he was doing the multiplication. 6 times 8 equals 48. Okay, again, am I upset? Yeah, you better believe. No, I'm only kidding. I am not. But I am very pleased with how the hand came in. Okay, so who? Oh, remaining, yeah. Let's look. Oh, 2 jokers. And look at the 2 jokers there. Oh, so guess who has my 9s? Wes has my 9s. I still could have made it. Plenty of jokers left in the wall. Yep. And you know, Wes was 3 away from Mah Jongg. And Agatha was not even close. I didn't even have to worry about that girl. Okay, cool. All right, so I have to adjust my head for 1 second because I'm still an hour difference. So 7, we got on at 5:30, right? Okay, good. So we're still good to go. All right, let's see if there's any questions. Yeah, I agree, Francie. Francie says, I usually try to keep an extra flower as a swap because players often play flower hands. You are absolutely 100%. I am definitely with you there. And I could have gotten one more if I didn't get rid of that one so quickly. And how's everybody doing watching from YouTube? Hi, guys. I see everybody's doing good. Okay, let's start again. Oh, let's try for a singles and pairs hand. Forget about everything else. I could try to keep it up. We got a lot of the 1s and 3s, but no 5. I mean, no, we got 1, 2, not 5s. 1, 2, 3. Singles and pairs, 3rd hand down. That could be a possibility, but you know, oh my God, this is crazy. So working off the pairs, let's do that first. Let me stick with that. Working off the pairs, I would think of a mixed suit run, but we don't have 2s in the mixed suit. We do have 2, 3. We don't have the 5 for a pung pung klong klong. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 again, but we don't have any flowers this time, even at all, right? What do you think, Julie? What else should I keep here? Keep that too, right? All that. And
It even be the same hand, but not the time. But that's a long shot.
yeah, it is a long shot to do the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 again. You know, I would love to keep everything else here and get rid of this one. This is really a beautiful pass if I do that. So let me think about this just a little bit, because the 1 through 4 could also be the 1, 2 opposite dragon 3, 4 line 2. So we've got some good options there. 2, 3, 4. We get 5 bams in. So you know I said, you know, if you have to pass, you pass. I don't have to pass this. I think that I could, you know, give up, mix something up here and not make it as good. Like maybe I could do 1 crack, 2 crack, 3 dot, 4 dot. That could happen too. So maybe the 3 crack is the least important right now. Let's see. Carol said, oh, Carol, I'm definitely going to address those questions after. The good ones, that's for you guys after. So I won't forget. What do you think here? You know, should I do this and just give them a good pass?
I'd rather get rid of the green.
Oh,
The green doesn't. I mean, yes, you can have the 1, 2, 3, 4 with the green, but it's kind of far fetched. I would be hesitant.
yeah. I mean, to me, because it is a full hand right there, just needing to fill in, I hate to break up a hand that's, you know, it's a full hand, but missing parts of the groupings, right? So,
I mean, Wes will thank you for that pass.
yeah, he could go a different way. I agree. So I'm going for it. Ah, ha, ha. Okay. And look at that. And another 4. Ooh, that's pretty good. Let's see. I guess now I can break up the 4 on the first left, but if I get tiles in, I may be forced to pass the 4 to the same player. I know that's something that is good to avoid. So what are the chances I'm going to need that for? I've got lots of options here. I've got the line number 2. If I get 5s, I could even have line number 1. And I also have the pun kong. So I'm going to break the 4 up now, just in case I get more tiles in and I don't end up giving 2 4-bams in a row on the 2 lefts. Philippe, what do you say? I see you have a few things to say.
Yeah. I mean, that's reasonable. I mean, the other thing is potentially like numbered with 4s, and you have some dragons, but that's again a bit far from it.
That's a little far, I think, right?
Yeah, so I agree. Get the 4.
Okay. No, nothing here really. That's good. I don't have to even worry about that, but I would have liked to get something in. Ooh, of course I'm going to continue. Yuck. Maybe I'll mix this up a bit here. Oh, look at that. Wow. Maybe I could just hope for a jokerless hand and I'll get some points in tonight. It might be my only shot. Oh, that's for that second hand we don't need it, but for pun kong we do. But this is really pretty right there. I have to worry about the 1 dot because it is a pair. I can call the 2 dot, I could call the green, I could call the 3 dot, and I'm covered for the pair. So I'm in a really, really good shape. So what's that? 2, yeah, because if for some reason somebody exposes 1 dots or all of them get discarded on the table, I need a backup. So I won't get rid of that 4 that I don't need. And we'll do 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the north first. I've been shocked where I think, because I end up with a wind at the end, that somebody isn't playing them and they end up playing them. So just good idea not to even bother holding it. All right, I'll get rid of, which was the one I held? Did I pass it already? The one with, no, that was weird because I thought, all right, I thought, I don't know, I might have already passed. Oh, we got a call already. Yes. So 1 through 5 also could be a good possibility.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Or pun kong, right, or 2, 3, 4, 5, since I've got the pair here, and 3, Wait a minute, 2, 3, it would go this way. Let's see, 2, 3, I could call the 3, 4, and then I have to worry about the 5. But at least I have now both ends. I can go 1, 2, dragon, green, 3, 4, or 2, 3, greens, 4, 5. Double the options. Very good. Okay, so I just get out all the freshest tiles there are. Ah, so we have a 6 dot for Joker Exchange and a 3 bam. Look at that. Okay. So now it's going to be 2, 3, greens, 4, 5. I can call the green, I could call the 3 dot. And you know, look, I'd like to say I'm going to win this hand, right? But is there a guarantee that I'm going to win this hand? No way. No way. Ignore. Okay. Just get them out fresh, new. So the 1 dot goes first for me. There it is. The proof is in the pudding. Why you get them out early. Okay. What if I held that and I had a few more discards, which I only have 2, but what if I held that for a little bit longer and said, oh, you know what? I want to double up on whatever's on the table already. By the time I threw that 1 dot, that would have been Wes's Mahjong. So that's that philosophy. Fresh tiles out early. Oh, I'm passionate about it. Can you tell? Oh, I don't need it. But it's safe.
Yes.
We now have a safe tile because I have all 4. So now I'll get out the 1 bam. Oh, I don't need it there, do I? Nope. Okay, so Wes could use it because Wes could be playing here 1, 3, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4. And that both of those are pung pung kong kong hands. The 1, 3 dot, 3 bam, 5 bam is the second line on the left side.
3, 2.
And yes, he would need, so it's probably 1, 3, 3, 5, right? So chances are, because I have 2 of the, oh no, I have 2 of the 2 dots and the 3 dots. Oh my goodness gracious. So whatever. Wes, you are in a bad spot. Oh my God. Okay. What is this girl playing? 2, 4, crack, 6 bam, 8 bam, or 4, 5, crack, 6 bam, 7 bam, or 3 crack, 4 crack, 5 bam, 6 bam. 3 different hands. Is there something else I'm missing? I think those are 3 potentials. Let's see. Joe, are you playing like numbers? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Oh, and if Agatha was doing 2, 4, 6, 8, she wasn't ready to call it either. That's why you get them out early. We don't know that she was playing that, but okay. So I don't need it. Wrong position. Darn. Darn, darn, darn. Oh, look at that. Joe, may I please have your joker? Okay, here we go. I feel very good about discarding this baby. Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7. Agatha, is she going to call this thing? Okay, okay, you guys are all my witness, right? If Agatha calls this tile, don't you think they rigged the game on Wednesday nights? I'm not cutting this out of the video, by the way, when I upload it. Okay, ready? Here we go. Now you notice I only have 1 joker. Agatha only has 1 showing in her exposure. There's lots of jokers, but it's still early, early, early in the game. And if she mahjongs, oh well, good for her. It was just a call and not a mahjong. Hallelujah. Well, we know she needs 7 BMs, and guess what I'm going to pick very soon. One game. I got to get one game in a night, right? Okay. My goodness. All right. Well, it is 7:17, so we're going to now open this up to some questions. If you do have any questions for the experts on their wonderful platform, I Love Maj, I'm going to stop sharing here, close this out, and then leave open. Oh, let's see if there's any chats in here. Oh my God. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me to watch me witness one mahjong tonight. Yay. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. When and why, Eve says, when and why would you break up your hand? Great question. I'll answer it, and then Julie and Philippe can also add to it if they have anything else to say. So whenever I pick up somebody's hot tile and I know that it's a definite mahjong for them, I ask myself a couple of questions. You know, how many picks do I have left? That's a big, big thing. How many picks do I have left? If I only have 2 picks left and I still need 2 good picks, and I'm going to say, well, that's kind of crazy. What are the chances I'm going to pick 2 good picks in a row? I'm going to just break my hand up. But if I know that I have 4 picks left, let's say, and I have a very good chance at winning because I'm set for mahjong, I may go for it. And you know what? It's okay to take that risk, and it's up to you. It's nobody else's decision. If you're playing some table rules where you have to pay for the table if there's 3 exposures up, well, again, it's a personal choice. It's not the end of the world. We're paying out quarters, right? We're not even paying out dollars. So have fun with it. But, you know, if it's an obvious tile and you can't win, break your hand up. Because if you do play for money, everybody has to pay because you made that choice. And that wouldn't be a smart choice. So just you have to weigh it out. What would you say, Julie? You can unmute now, by the way. I'll mute while you, or I won't talk.
So I totally agree with Debbie. And obviously, if you do decide to break up your hand, you need to decide which are the best tiles to throw, and those will be the safest tiles, which will be your jokers. So if you have jokers in your hand, they will be the first to discard if you do break up your hand. So I don't know if Philippe has something to add.
Philippe?
Yeah, I guess maybe more generically, the factors we look at is your chances of winning, depending on how far along you're in the game, and the chances of the other player of winning. And then it comes down to your style of play. And I think there may be not a right or wrong answer. I mean, some people are going to be more aggressive and take more chances, which will be me, and I'll be more like, at least if I have a chance of winning. If I have no chance, then of course, you know, it's a clear cut. But if I have a chance, I'll go for it. But some people are the complete opposite. They're going to be very conservative, and if there's any chance that they might throw someone's style, they're just going to give up immediately. And then most people are kind of in between. So that's kind of the way we see it, and that's sometimes they make the right call, sometimes they don't. But it's always based on the data of their chances versus the other person's chances.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You just, you know, make your wisest decision. I just don't agree throwing a obvious tile if you don't have a chance of winning. You know, that doesn't even make sense. And another topic we could, you know, talk about is calling and exposing late in the game when you don't even have a chance of winning. And especially if you put up a joker that's still available, you know, not a good idea. Okay, so let's look here and see. Carol had some questions. Is there a way to tell who's playing on the platform? So I'll let, who wants to take that question? Philippe, you do that?
Yeah, so there isn't a list of the players online. It's not something we offer. If you want to play with others, then you can ask for. If there's someone specific that you like to play with, then you can create a personal table or schedule a friends game with that specific person. One random, then the live games is the way to do it. Or a better way is to play a bots game, and at the beginning it'll ask, "Do you want? Are you open to playing with others?" And if you say yes, then you might be invited. And that may be a better way. This you're not waiting for someone. You're at least playing with bots, and then you might get an invite. So that's kind of how you you get paired with someone random.
I think that what Carol is saying is if invited into a game, how do you tell the time for making a decision about whether you have to accept to be invited, and can you decline?
Yeah, it's on the invitation that comes up on the screen, and it's 10 seconds, and you'll see it counting down, and you can either say, yes, I'll accept the invitation, or I'll ignore.
Okay, so there's always a timer?
Yeah, so it counts down 10, 9, 8, 7, and you can see
Okay.
that.
All right, cool. Now, the next question from Carol, is there a way to communicate with the players in the game?
Yeah, so there's an audio and a video conference call built into the game. So it's kind of like what we're doing on Zoom that's built into the game. Now, you have the opportunity to accept that or not accept that. And obviously, if people refuse that option, then they will be able to talk verbally or see each other. Also, a text chat, so you could always type. That's always available. But ideally, we prefer people to talk. That's it's more efficient than typing. But if people have turned on that permission, then obviously they'll.
So maybe if you're playing with friends, you would all agree ahead of time. Let's all accept the audio
Yeah.
video option.
And can I just add as well that if you do say yes to the audio and video, and you decide that you don't want to have the video on, for example, you can just click the little video icon next to your video, and it will turn that off, but the audio will still be on. So you can have one or the other or both, but you have to choose to accept the audio and video first before you get those choices once you're in the game.
Excellent. Good job. And then Linda is asking, is there a way to send a message to someone who is a member of the platform?
Not through the platform, and we don't want to reveal people's email address for privacy reasons. At that point, but she's talking about looking someone up and sending them a message. Is that what question?
I think, I know that when you're in a game with someone, you can message them in chat right then and there.
So we don't have a general emailing service that could be used for general purpose of people contacting each other.
Yeah, Philippe was cutting out a bit there. So what he was saying was, I don't know if you missed it, that for privacy reasons, we don't want to give out people's email addresses via the system. So that's why we don't allow messages to go back and forth other than within the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you were to invite somebody, like a friend, to a scheduled game, you can write a message in there, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Carol said, she now said, if I want to play Siamese with Linda and she's playing with a bot, can I get a message to her? She could search for you and invite you, right? Or no?
So in Siamese, we don't have as many options yet as we do for the 4-player game because it's newer. In the 4-player game, under the friends, play with friends section, you have a way to look for the friends on your friends list that are currently online, and you can limit your search to only people who are online playing with a bot. And so in that case, you could invite them to play now. We don't have that option in Siamese yet. So if you want to play with that friend in Siamese, you would have to play on a personal table and work out a time to play together offline. So we might add the same friends feature to Siamese at some point, but it's just kind of like one step at a time.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have done so much with the platform. It's just amazing. And I'm sure there's going to be more fun surprises down the line. Now, Linda did say further to her question about messaging someone, if I want to message someone and say, are you free on Tuesday to play a game? Obviously, they just said that that's not available because they don't want to give their, giving up in privacy information. But what I've seen people doing, if you guys are on Facebook, it's such a wonderful platform. I see people saying, hey, I want to play I Love Maj on Thursday. Is anybody up for it? Well, if you were friends with whoever you want to play with, you could do the same thing or even message them within the Facebook platform. I know there's a lot of people that don't play on that don't belong to Facebook, that aren't there, but man, it is just such a good way of connecting with people. Oh, that's an option.
The issue on Facebook is like sometimes within the game, people don't use their real name. You may not be able to find them on Facebook if there's not a real name.
Excellent. Let's see. Carol, Carol said, I'm on Facebook I'll private message you. So Carol and Linda can hook up together. Excellent. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that is just about it for all the questions. I think I've gotten to everybody. And I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight on Zoom and on YouTube. Please, if you haven't joined the MahjCon YouTube channel, please subscribe, click the bell so you get notifications. I do a lot of special events. I have some more things coming down the pike that I'll be doing. So you'll always get notifications. And you can also add yourself to the email list at MahjCon.com. Just scroll down to the very bottom, fill out the form, and we'll add you to our email list so you can get reminders about these events. And I want to thank Julie and Philippe for coming on tonight. And this was just such a fun evening. I don't know if I laughed as much in a long time, although I do joke around it quite a bit, but it was a whole lot of fun. And I hope to see you guys again real soon. Don't forget, on Sunday nights, Siamese Sunday, if you want to learn how to play and get better at playing Siamese, come and join me on Sunday nights. All righty. Until I see you guys again, be well, practice, 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 and be safe. Good night for now.